fucking avatar, bro. I'm a freaking avatar, family. We all are. We ain't nothing but an avatar through which the universal consciousness that governs time, eternity and time, reality. That's all we are. We're just a vessel, a meat suit through which the consciousness of the universe can experience this material human life. Yo, great freaking Tuesday. You already know what it is. Yo, great Tuesday. Great Tuesday is a great day. Yo, my guy, the great King Solomon, the richest man that ever lived according to the good book, said, let me go back and check. I just read it. It says like, whoever has no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. You get that? Whoever has no rule over his own spirit, over his own mind, over his own body, over his own thoughts and emotions, it's like a city that is broken down and without walls. If you do not master yourself, someone else will master you. If you do not mind yourself, someone else that is not so mindful of you will mind you and mine the gold that is within your mind and body and soul out of you. So be mindful of thyself, family. Be very mindful. Challenge yourself daily. Make sure you're challenging yourself, that you're demanding the best out of yourself, more so than others. And when you do something for others, make sure that you seek to give your best. Because there's nothing better than to invest life into the life, in this life. That is the beautiful thing about us human in our life. That we can actually invest our life into life and receive great dividends in the long run. Got a little something printing out that I'm looking to make the subject of the talk for today. One second. The great Carl Jung said, every human life contains a potential. And if that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. Carl Jung, man, if y'all have not checked out any of Carl Jung's literature, I implore you to go and do so. My first out-of-body experience, the only one that I ever have had, was after I finished reading a book by Carl Jung. I think is called Knowing the Shadow, or the Shadow, the Dark Side of the Human Psyche. And it was a really powerful book. It had nothing to do with astral projection, mind you. I was coincidentally learning about astral projection and, you know, out-of-body experiences as I was actually reading the book or finishing the book up. And, you know, after reading a few chapters of the book about, you know, how you know, humans have this kind of metaphorical backpack that we carry through life, and in that pack we just put, you know, all our traumas, insecurity, all the judgments of our families, the no, you can't do that, oh, you don't be like that, be like this, you know what I'm saying? Like all the shadow aspects of ourselves, which is our true self, we put it in this pack and we just close it up and never look back at it. And you know, I kind of felt like I was walking around with a pack of BS that was really unresolved and undealt childhood traumas that I didn't understand, you know, rancor, como que se dice, rencor, you know, like things, just holding things against other people from childhood. And this one day I just kind of like, I was feeling overwhelmed, and I got to the crib, and I just kind of like decided to lay on the floor rather than in bed. And as I laid on the floor and went into this meditative state, you know, before I knew it, I was having an out-of-body experience, and it kind of felt like I stood up, and then when I stood up, I felt like I had this heavy ass book bag, like some military pack, just full of crap, right? And I took the pack off. Like I was still in my room. Like I stood up in my room, right? In the clothes that I had on, but I had a pack on somehow. And when I took the pack off, I instantly felt kind of light. And so when I look back to look at the pack, I saw my body was still like on the floor, and I was like, and it was like as soon as I realized that I was actually asleep or in a meditative state, I like instantly shot back into my body, woke up like, whoa, that was some crazy stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like things that you just see in movies, you know what I'm saying? You never really, but you know, that was the one and only time that I have ever like consciously, you know, stepped out of my body and did what I actually planned on doing. And I guess it might have been the fact that it was emotionally taxing on me, right? Mentally, just drawing so much energy that I understood that I had to let go whatever it was that I was holding on to, and you know, just move on. And it was thanks to reading, you know, books on psychology written by the psychoanalyst Carl Jung. Very wise man, you know, a German psychoanalyst. And so, yeah, man, I've never, and this goes to the other subject, which I'll read off, right? And it's like, and what I wrote earlier today was something like kind of based on what I was listening to, and kind of like what I've kind of the message, the advice that I've given my youngest brother and other men that would come to me complaining, bitching, you know, seeking pity. And I wrote, like, no man should ever seek pity from the world, because no man deserves pity from the world. If you're out here behaving like a simple, powerless, sorry, you know, individual, it is your own fault. If you're out here being lazy, not creating a story about your life worth retelling, you don't deserve any applause. You haven't earned. You don't deserve it. You get what I'm saying? You have, if you behave like a coward, like a complainer, and like a deceiver, as a male, you deserve the unmemorable death that you seek. Now, obviously, there's a few curses in that in that post that I just didn't want to, you know, espouse. I'd rather use the other words that I use to relate to those three kind of aspects of the lower male that no man should ever embody. You know, those qualities of deception, of being a liar, a manipulator. You know what I'm saying? Those qualities of cowardice, of being a coward, I don't even know if there's another word for coward aside from that one that rhymes with Missy. You get what I'm saying? The one that starts with an S and ends with a Y, right? And don't ever be a complainer. You know, somebody that's always seeking pity. Somebody that behaves like a female dog. You know, these are aspects of being a man that you should never embody. You know, when you begin to care about your livelihood, you will begin to really consider, you know, what you leave behind, not just to your children, but to your children's children, because that is the kind of lifestyle that we as men, I believe, that we as men should seek to live, one that leaves behind a legacy that continues to impact and influence, inspire, inform, you know what I'm saying, motivate, bring clarity to, power, wisdom, and understanding to his children and his children's children. I believe that every man should live a life that is so filled with value and experiences and intense experiences that individual actually feels inclined to pass on those same values that he gained and how he went about achieving those values and experiences to his children, and to pass it on in such a way that his children can replicate it better, the same, or either better. You get what I'm saying? So as a man, you should never be seeking pity in life. You should never be out here trying to make other people feel sorry for you. Like, nah, suck it the hell up, man. Shut the hell up. Go work out. Go work on your body. If you're out here feeling pity for yourself, if you're out here feeling sorry, it's because as a man, you're avoiding certain aspects. You're avoiding responsibility for certain things. You're either complaining, you're being a coward, or you're lying to yourself or others. That's threes. You get what I'm saying? You're either being a bitch, a maggot, or a missy. I hope this video does not get deleted from YouTube. But you get what I'm saying? Like, listen, man. This that you guys see, like this energy, this confidence, this tenacity, this courage to really speak in the way that I speak about certain topics, about things. I've had to create this individual. Like, when I decided to go into the Marine Corps, my recruiter asked me, like, what do you want to do? I was like, I want the hardest stuff you got. I really want the toughest thing you got. Like, you know, I grew up watching Rambo and Chuck Norris and seeing the Marine Corps commercial of the dude climbing up the mountain and grabbing the sword and coming into attention with the sword. And I was like, yo, I want to be a badass. You get what I'm saying? Like, in the back of my mind, that's what I want. I wanted to be a badass. I wanted to be somebody that I can actually look up to, admire, respect. You know what I'm saying? Follow without a doubt. And that at the moment, I didn't really care about other people. I just cared about creating someone that I could actually respect, look up to, admire. And I still seek that in my life. You get what I'm saying? So when I went into the Marine Corps, that was my mindset. So when I got into the Marine Corps and I heard somebody for the first time tell someone else that was complaining, which was another male, because my job in the Marine Corps was specifically, you know, it was a Victor unit, meaning it was only male. You get what I'm saying? I'm an infantryman. So All I did for 5 years was learn how to shoot a gun and basically, kill or be killed so that I could keep my brethren alive. You know what I'm saying? And so the first time that I heard somebody say that, mind you, I've never been a complainer, but I heard somebody tell somebody, one man tell another man, stop bitching. Not stop complaining, stop bitching. And from that moment on, I told myself, I was like, I ain't never gonna bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to hear anybody tell me that. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to hear any other man tell me, bro, stop complaining. And so I've never complained. Have I complained? See, I have to consult my higher self to make sure that I'm not lying to myself. It could be miserable. Like, even when I have my pack on, I do not complain. And if I complain, I'm doing it in like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Embrace the suck, bro. Because at the end of the day, you don't know when shit might hit the fan, bro. Murphy's Law says that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. That's Murphy right there, bro. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So why not be prepared at every moment of time and every day? Like, I carry that pack. That could be someone that I'm carrying. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? At the moment, I am embracing this suck so that when I have to carry someone, I don't complain about it. I do it with joy and appreciation to the Most High for having taken me through the paths that I chose to take based on the insight and the intuitive guidance that was directing my every action. You know what I'm saying? The universe is telling each and every one of us what to do. And we're over here questioning the universe. Like, why? They're eating whatever they want. Why can't I eat some buffalo chicken wings with ranch from Domino's? They are so good. They just fall off the bone. They're still doing it. Why do I have to stop? Because you're not them. Diabetes might hit them 10 years from now. Diabetes might hit you next year. That's why. Don't wait till it's too late to decide to make a decision. Don't wait till shit hits the fan before you start praying to God and asking God for help instead of expressing gratitude to life, to reality, to the universe in the now. See, at 18, I chose to take control of my life. Fuck that at 14. Forget that, bro. I've been taking control of my life since I can remember. Every time my intuition told me, don't do that. Granted, I'm not going to tell you that I listened every fucking time. Probably 8 to 9 times out of 10 I've listened, though. I've done with my intuition has told me 8 to 9 times out of 10. How many of us in this society can say the same, though? You get what I'm saying? Most people don't even listen once. They just do whatever they want. Not what they need to do. Not what they know they should, must, and have to do. But what they want. They go off immediate animal instinct. Gratification. That's all they seek. Gratification. Escape from suffering, from discomfort, from challenges, from failures. That's all the majority of humanity seeks. A good 95%. That's why there's only, they call it the 1%. Because the other 99, the majority of the 99, of the 95, is doing whatever the they want. Not what they need to do. They got a 5% club, they got a 10% club, they got a 1% club. Then you have a 90% club. And you don't want to be in that 90% club. That 90% club is mediocrity. That 90% club is normality, is normal. That 90% club is full of suffering and disgust and low vibrational energy, complaining about what everybody else has and what they don't have, but they don't see what they're unwilling to do, how they are unwilling to sacrifice immediate gratification and pleasure to invest those energies and those time and focus and attention into things that would actually refine them and make them better, that will function like the alchemical process that turns lead into gold. They don't understand that they are the lead that must be transmuted into gold. How? Through the process, through the fire. You have to put the object through the fire so that you can refine it. Gold melts, but everything that is not gold melts, goes away, and is separated from gold, and all that remains is gold. Everything else is either burned away or moved away. And it's the same thing with us. We must burn away everything that is not in alignment with what it is that we seek. At 18, I made probably the second most important decision of my life. Put myself through the military. I needed discipline. And in the military, I learned fundamental leadership traits. I developed core values that I still hold dear today. Honor, courage, and commitment. Those are the core values of the Marine Corps. And I still hold them above all other things. God, family, and business. Those are the core values that I gained from, going through real estate. Not to be an agent, but to learn about financial literacy. I didn't really care if I invested $6,000, $10,000 and I didn't sell a house. I didn't go into real estate to sell houses. I got into real estate so that I could learn about the business. Could have watched YouTube videos, but I wanted kind of some hands-on experience. God, family, and business. Honor, courage, and commitment. And that honor, courage, and commitment is all you. And God is you. Your body, your mind, your soul. You get what I'm saying? So the third was putting myself through college. I felt like a freaking stupid fool. Like I felt like an idiot when I went into college. I was still stuttering while reading. Like I was embarrassed to read out loud in front of a class. Like I was scared. Like used to bring me anxiety. The first 18 months of college, I lost 25 to 30 pounds because I wasn't eating. Because the anxiety was so I had more anxiety thinking about school than I ever had in the 5 years of Marine Corps service and 14 plus months of combat experience, getting shot at, getting blown up, waking up and knowing that I was going on a patrol where I might get shot, blown up, or anything, and I never felt anxiety. I'm thinking about leaving the Marine Corps, my stomach drops to my asshole. I can't breathe properly. I start college, all hell breaks loose. Like I'm being chased every day. Like I got bullies waiting for me at the corner before I get to my house. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta... that's how I felt about college. And I forced myself through 33 months of college. Because it was the only way that I was going to get some money. And it was the only way that I was also... Without having to go and work for somebody else. I decided how I was going to work. And so my work was going to college. And though my level of communication wasn't gained from college, in college was where I realized, like, I'm a dumb fuck. And where I also asked the question, I'm stupid, so how do I get smart? Because I should be able to get smart. Like, Malcolm X became Malcolm X in prison. Like Malcolm X learned how to read and write in prison. He learned how to articulate himself in a manner that would allow him to actually, write letters home that allowed his family to understand the feelings and thoughts that he was trying to express. So he learned how to read and write in jail. So if this dude that we still know about today, you know what I'm saying, 50, 60 years later, learned in jail, I should be able to learn in the streets. And that's when I started buying books. Now I have almost 200 books in my apartment. I've probably read half plus of them. Maybe, within 100, 120 books in the last 5 years. Not a lot of books in 5 years, Other people read a lot more. But it started with me, like, being honest with myself. Like, bro, you stupid. Like, if you 25 and you're getting anxiety over reading in front of a class, like, come on, bro. Fix your shit. And so when I started reading, I didn't read under my breath. I didn't read to myself. I read out loud because I wanted to hear myself. And I would read chapters because I didn't understand shit. I'm like, yo, I just read 5 pages, 10 pages, and I didn't understand nothing. Let's go back to the beginning of that chapter. So I'll figure it out the second time at least, or the third time. You get what I'm saying? Can't be lying to ourselves. We can't be trying to hide and allowing the coward to get the best of us. Allowing the deceiver and manipulator to get the best of us. And probably one of the most important decisions that I've made over the last 7 years was getting into martial arts. And y'all have heard me say before, I do not enjoy fighting. Do I enjoy fighting? No. I do not enjoy fighting. I am scared of fighting. Oh, I used to be scared. And sometimes I still get anxiety. I watch certain fights and get anxiety, while at the same time getting excited, like, oh shit, like, am I really gonna do this? Like, I find myself asking myself sometimes, like, yo, bro, you really want to fight? Like, you still want to do some of this stuff? And I'm like, nah, but I kind of believe and think that it's something that we have to do in order to become who we foresee ourselves becoming, in order to have the impact on life that we believe we can have and we believe that we should have. Then fighting is something that you must continue to do. And you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, my coach, since I've been back, all my coach keeps asking me is, yo, Sosa, I got one for February 19th. I got one for March 19th. I got for April, whatever. I'm like, yo, listen, I'm not fighting on a Saturday. I'll fight any other day except Saturday. I'll fight Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm not fighting on a Saturday. Saturday is my day. I live it as I wish to live it. That is my day. And on that day, I put on a heavy-ass, stupid-ass pack, and I go walk. And I chill with my family if I want to, or if I get the time. And I vibe. But I am not fighting. Are we fighting on a Saturday? No, we're not fighting on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I worship the Most High how I choose to worship the Most High. And the way that I choose to worship the Most High is by bringing suffering upon myself so that I can be illuminated with clarity and wisdom that allows me to move forward with a greater sense of self-confidence and courage and tenacity. So I might tell him to, if he finds fights anywhere in any other state or in any other city, let's go get it. You get what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that what I'm doing is going to have a positive impact on my life and on the life of every other individual that I come into contact with throughout the experiences that I have, because I'm making sure that my experiences are intense, that they are memorable, that I never seek pity, and that I never ask to be remembered, because my actions are well enough that they have no other course but to be replayed in the subconscious of other people's mind. You know, and I think in that, I think we've touched upon all three, you know, all three aspects, you know, the liar, the deceiver, and the complainer. You get me? As it relates to the Saturdays, you know, why I do the Saturdays is because I really don't want to have any excuses on why I'm not in shape, why I do the 600 reps a day, the 1,000 reps a day, and why I don't seek to do any rest days is because, you know, I honestly don't think that, you know, we should be seeking out easy courses of life. At the end of the day, you never know where life may put you. Like, you know, something bad could happen and you might have to carry your brother, your sister, your niece, your nephew, your son, your daughter, your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, a stranger that you find and you actually feel like a good Samaritan and you want to help them. Like, you never know where life is going to put you, what kind of circumstances may come. Like, yo, listen, there's a lot of people in the Middle East that I'm pretty sure a lot of these countries, they never expected to have, you know, hellfire, to have drones dropping bombs on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I was walking from Colombia to Panama, like, you know, there's a lot of people, you know, crossing these borders, trying to reach the United States and, you know, achieve this American dream and have this opportunity to, you know, live an abundant life. Like, Americans are very ungrateful people. You get what I'm saying? The majority of Americans that have never known any other life but this capitalist, you know, free society where you are allowed to be anyone that you want to be, even if that means lying to yourself, putting on a mask, asking that somebody call you, you know, some label that doesn't make sense and that does not go with your genetic makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like the United States really affords a lot of people to behave like fools, like clowns, like, you know, like they don't make sense, but they want other people to understand them when they don't understand themselves. So that's the luxury of the American life. And, you know, when you have it easy growing up, you kind of don't see the things that you should have gratitude for. And so that's why we live in this so ungrateful society that wants to that promotes or that celebrates the possibility of socialisms and all these other communism, and, you know, a whole bunch of different constricting political ideals that in no way go with the luxury that they actually enjoy right now. Like, these individuals don't understand, like, yo, America is probably the greatest country in the world that has existed in the last 2,000 years or more. And people don't know how to appreciate that. And that's why we're living the way that we're living now. Like, all this crazy stuff that's happening is a direct reflection of the lack of gratitude and appreciation that many people in this country have, me included at some time, right? Well, I don't know if I've ever been that ungrateful, but it's a lot of people, man. Gratitude determines our attitude, and we can see the attitude of the collective of this country. And it is a direct reflection of the lack of gratitude that they have for all the luxury and liberties and comforts that this nation is able to provide, man. Like, it's crazy how one individual said he wants to make America great, and all of a sudden everybody hated him because he was white, because he was Caucasian, or because he spoke in a way that it wasn't nice. I don't like the way he talks. Like, it's ridiculous. We live in such a sensitive society, in such a sensitive culture. We live in such a sensitive generation. Like, you know, and thankfully I joined the military. You know, I shared a lot of like harsh moments with other individuals, and not all of them are the most stoic. But I learned a lot. I've made great friends all over this country. I can go anywhere and I don't feel scared. I don't have this need to be pitied. I don't have this need to demand anything that I have not earned, that I do not deserve, that I have not worked for. Like, everything that I have, everything that I am going for, I am making sure that I deserve it. I'm making sure daily, and I hope that you do the same. That daily, you know, you wake up with the intention of investing your life into life, so that you may live in such a way that you don't have to hope that your life means something, because the way that you're living is going to ensure that your life does mean something, because you are living it on purpose, with a purpose, for a purpose. You are seeking to create a masterful legacy of brilliance that you, your family, your children, and your children's children can benefit from. They can look back and be like, great granddad was an awesome individual, or great grandma, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's been real. It's been a great day. I'm appreciative of the opportunity that these technological devices provide. You get what I'm saying? All this content, again, will be uploaded onto YouTube. I am planning on figuring out how to turn all of this into audio that I can also upload onto like a podcast, the podcast app, and onto Spotify as well. You know what I'm saying? So I can have an account where all this audio, all these videos that I'm creating can be listened to by others, by the younger generation. Because honestly, I prefer to speak toward the younger generation, because honestly, growing up, I wish I knew a lot of the things that I know now a lot sooner. Like, and that was something that I always told myself I wanted to know. I wanted when I was 10, but I kind of forgot about that. You know, as life goes on, you kind of forget, but then you come back to the things that are true to you. And yeah, man, that's why I love reading this book. You know, I don't read the Bible in a religious sense, but more to get the wisdom out of it. And coincidentally, one of the richest men who ever lived, who had wives from every kingdom, you know, wrote many of those books, King Solomon, you know, and I've committed myself to reading that book every day, Proverbs every day. That's why you see me posting, if you go to Superconscious Living, superconscious_living.com on IG, you'll see that since the beginning of this month, I've been posting one Proverbs every day along with the laws and principles of Ma'at. And today, day 25th, I posted that, and that was one of the verses that were on there. You know, he that haveth no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. And another very good one was, it is better to live in the corner of a housetop than in a beautiful home shared with a contentious and quarrelsome woman. So avoid quarrelsome and contentious women unless you know how to dominate those women, submit them, and get them to comply with you. Sometimes it's better to simply avoid them and get you some coachable, considerate, and peace-filled women. But other than that, you have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your week, and an even greater year and decade. Invest your time wisely in yourself and in life. Water those seeds with persistent determination, patience, good actions. Believe, have faith and confidence in your ability to achieve the hopes and desires that you have within you, because you are committed to remaining consistent and persistent to your goals, to honoring yourself, to having courage and confidence. And you have a great one. One love.